Welcome to this explainer. Today, we are going to completely demystify the ultimate black box, the YouTube Shorts algorithm. If you've ever watched a piece of short-form content completely skyrocket to millions of views, while another, seemingly identical piece, barely scrapes 100, you've probably wondered what on earth is going on behind the scenes. Well, today, we're going to break down the exact math and mechanics behind going viral.
So, it really is the ultimate question, isn't it? What exactly makes a YouTube short go viral? Honestly, way too many creators think it just comes down to a lucky roll of the dice, or perfect timing, or just, pure chance. But the reality is actually far more clinical. Rather than relying on luck, there is a very specific mechanical process, literally a gauntlet, that dictates whether your content flatlines into obscurity or absolutely explodes onto screens worldwide. Okay, here's the exact algorithmic roadmap a short has to survive. 1. The seed audience test. 2. Passing the swipe test. 3. Mastering average percentage viewed. 4. The power of the replay. And 5. Triggering multi-tier viral expansion.
Think of this whole journey as a funnel made up of 3 critical testing tiers. Basically, the algorithm is putting your short through a stress test. Gate 1 tests your hook. Gate 2 tests your retention. And Gate 3 tests for replay behavior. And as you successfully clear each one of these hurdles, the algorithm unlocks wider and wider audience tiers, taking you from a tiny test pool all the way up to millions of viewers.
All right, let's jump right into stage 1, the seed audience test.
The literal second you hit publish, the algorithm goes to work. But it doesn't just broadcast your content to everyone at once, right? Instead, it acts like a highly meticulous focus group tester. The system selects a small, completely random sample of users. This is your seed audience. These are people who likely have absolutely zero connection to you. The algorithm places your short directly into their feeds to gauge their immediate, unfiltered reaction. Honestly, you can think of them as the world's most ruthless focus group.
So the absolutely crucial thing to understand here is that this seed audience dictates everything. They are the judges. If they engage, if they watch and respond positively, that good performance signals the algorithm to open the valve and immediately earn you a larger audience. But on the flip side, if they swipe away instantly, that bad performance acts like a kill switch. It instantly limits your reach before your short even had a chance to breathe.
Which brings us to Gate 1, passing the swipe test. Before we dive into the specific data, we really need to understand a core metric called VVSA. That stands for viewed versus swiped away. It's a remarkably simple binary calculation. When your content pops up on someone's screen, did they actually stop their thumb to watch it, or did they just instantly swipe past it?
The algorithm acts as a brutal early gatekeeper here. It monitors this viewed versus swiped away ratio the exact second your content hits the feed. Guys, there's no grace period here. Your VVSA ratio is being calculated in real time, deciding in a fraction of a second if your content is actually engaging enough to stay alive in the ecosystem.
And that leads us straight to the strict 3-second rule. In the world of short-form content, attention is basically the rarest currency. This rule means you have a mere 3 seconds to capture a view. If you can hook the viewer for just those first 3 seconds, you're signaling to the algorithm that your content is sticky and absolutely deserves promotion to more feeds. Fail here, though, and the journey is completely over. So, you're probably wondering, what's the magic benchmark? Well, if you want to go truly viral, 70 to 90% is your strict target range for a successful viewed rate. In practice, if you want to trigger the viral algorithm, 70 to 90% of the viewers who see your short must stay and actually watch it. That leaves you with a tiny 10 to 30% allowance for users who scroll away. It's an incredibly high bar. And what that tells us is that your opening hook cannot be just good, it has to be undeniably magnetic. Assuming you survive that, we hit Gate 2, mastering average percentage viewed. It is super important to contrast these two metrics because this is where a ton of creators get confused. Average view duration, or AVD, measures the total seconds watched. Now, while high watch time is generally a good thing, for shorts, the algorithm fundamentally judges your attention on APV, or average percentage viewed. It cares deeply about the percentage of the video that was actually completed. And what is the algorithmic standard for APV on shorts? 100% plus? Nope, that is not a typo. The algorithm aggressively demands that you aim for over 100% completion if you want maximum reach. The ultimate algorithmic reward, the gold trophy here, is strictly given to content that hits 100% or even 120% APV.
A 50% retention rate just won't cut it anymore. To get over 100%, viewers have to not only finish your short, but actually let it loop and start watching it a second time.
Achieving that full watch entirely validates the content as highly promising. You've proven you can grab attention in the first 3 seconds, right? And now you've proven you can hold that attention all the way to the very last frame. This officially unlocks the gate to the next audience tier, exposing your content to an exponentially larger crowd.
Next up is Gate 3, the absolute holy grail, the power of the replay.
The ultimate goal of any short is to inspire replay behavior. When viewers loop the content, watching it 2, 3, or 4 times in a row, it creates what the system recognizes as extreme reward potential. That looping behavior is the absolute ultimate signal of high value, and it triggers a massive hockey stick spike in the algorithm's viral push.
Infinite loop equals viral push. This should literally be the core philosophy behind your editing and your scripting. You want to design your content so seamlessly, maybe by making the final sentence lead perfectly back into the opening hook, that the viewer naturally triggers this infinite loop without even realizing the video has restarted. Finally, let's tie it all together with Section 5, triggering multi-tier viral expansion.
So, here is your exact battle plan summarized. First, you pass the early VVSA gatekeeper by hooking your audience in under 3 seconds. Second, you maintain a flawless APV retention curve by keeping the pacing tight all the way to 100% full watch. And third, having checked those boxes, you let the algorithm organically expand your audience tiers.
Through this process of retention valuation, a high VVSA combined with a high APV systematically graduates a video. It moves from that tiny random seed audience, unlocks the medium crowd, and if the metrics hold up, it blasts right through to the full viral tier, reaching millions. It is a highly systematic graduation based entirely on viewer retention.
So, the mystery is officially gone. The blueprints are completely in your hands. Now that you know exactly how brutal this gauntlet is, the real question is, how will you engineer your next short to master the infinite loop? Or will your content just be swiped into obscurity? Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and keep learning.